Vishnu Ganesh Pingle. While Britain was engaged in war with Germany in the First World War, a comprehensive plot drawn up in 1915 to oust the British government from India was thwarted due to the treachery by some local elements. This plot is known in the history of struggle for Indian freedom by the name of Gadar Uprising. The widespread nature of this plot reminded the government of the 1857 uprising. The plot was so well organized and planned that had it been actually executed, it would have been impossible for the British rule to continue. Among the principal revolutionaries who had drawn up the plans for this plot was Vishnu Ganesh Pingle. Pingle was born in 1888 in a small place, Talegaon Dhamdere, near Pune. Having learnt of the exploits of persons like Vasudev Balwant, Chafekar brothers, etc., the urge to do something for the freedom movement took root while he was still in his childhood. Inspired by being in close contact with illustrious leaders like Swatantraveer Savarkar, the urge to fight for freedom became his obsession. In 1905, Swatantraveer Savarkar organized a bonfire of foreign clothes in Pune, the first of its kind in India on the occasion of Dussehra festival. In this, Vishnu took a very prominent part. At that time, there were revolutionary activities taking place all over the country. The trial relating to the Jackson assassination, as also the trial against Babarao Savarkar, was on everybody's lips. In this prevailing atmosphere, it was no wonder that Pingle soon joined the group of revolutionaries. As a part of these activities, Pingle decided to go to USA to study electrical engineering. He left for America in 1911 via Hong Kong. He appeared at an entrance examination in 1911. He would spare no physical efforts to achieve his objective. In June 1913, he was able to secure admission to the engineering college in the Washington University. While struggling to eke out a living in America and while preparing for his engineering studies, he had not forgotten his principal aim in life. He joined the Hindustani Association of Pacific Coast, started in USA by Pandit Kashiram and Sohan Singh Bakhana. Later on, he became a leader of this association. This organization was eventually turned into the Indian Independence League. He started looking after the Marathi edition of the newspaper Gadar of Lala Hardayal. He toured America with Lala Hardayal. He delivered lectures in San Francisco, Estonia, St. John, Sacramento, Stockholm, etc. He was a very good orator and could impress his audiences with his personality. He was thus able to kindle the flame of freedom in the Indian residents in America. During these years, he also acquired knowledge of using rifles and pistols. He even learned the science of preparing bomb and other explosives. Serbia's prince was murdered, and this sparked off a war between England and Germany on the 4th of August 1914. The First World War had started. The memories of the 1857 uprising came back to these freedom fighters. Britain, being in difficulty, was their golden opportunity to strike. Pingle realized that this was the time to go to India and plan for revolt for freedom. He therefore gave up his studies. Pingle landed secretly in Kolkata on the 20th November 1914 on board the SS Salamis. As soon as he landed in Kolkata, he established contacts with the local revolutionaries. From then on, he went to UP. Pingle was fluent in Marathi and English and could speak Gujarati, Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, Bengali and other languages very easily. He was also an expert in changing his attires. He could move about in any place by donning the dress of that region. He could cover the whole of northern India dressed as a sadhu. His arrival encouraged the freedom fighters in North India. Their efforts received fresh impetus. He introduced Ras Bihari Bose to the fighters in North India. Pingle was the fountainhead of energy and enthusiasm, as also an ideal planner. he started visiting many Indian armed camps with compatriots like Kartar Singh. They would inspire them to fight for freedom by igniting the flame for freedom in them. They would persuade them to take vows to fight for freedom and join the Gadar movement. Since the requirement of armed personnel in Europe had increased on account of the World War, many British soldiers had already left for Europe. So at that time, only a handful of English soldiers were left in India. The battalions of Indian soldiers were to leave for Europe on 1st March 1915 and thereafter. They were all ready for departure in their respective camps. Pingle and Ras Bihari Babu fixed 21st February as the day for the general uprising. For this, stocks of arms, bombs, etc. had been kept ready at various places. Flags were prepared. The necessary equipments required for uprooting the railway lines and destroying the telegraph and telephone lines and people trained to use them had already been placed at various points. Simultaneous and concerted action was to be taken from camps at Lahore, Kashi, Jabalpur, Rawalpindi, Dhaka, Meerut, etc. But as always, misfortune dogged India. A treacherous element called Kripal Singh sprang forth from amongst these revolutionaries. He gave information regarding the entire plot to the police. It was so astounding that the police would at first sight not believe it. Just to verify the authenticity of the information, they attacked the revolutionaries' camp at Lahore at the address furnished by him. The police were just stunned at the preparedness there. Of course, all the revolutionaries at the camp were immediately arrested. Fortunately, Pingle and Ras Bihari Bose managed to escape from there. Even after all this had happened, Pingle continued to pay visits to the armed camps. The government announced handsome rewards for his arrest. Once he was travelling from Benares to Meerut, carrying some ammunition and bombs. Accompanying him was Nadir Khan, a soldier from the cavalry. Pingle reached the camp on the 12th Cavalry at Meerut along with Nadir Khan. While staying there in the barracks, the local superintendent of police, Wilkinson, attacked him and arrested him with all arms and ammunition. It has been recorded that the stock of arms and ammunition found there was enough to blow up more than half the regiment. Of course, it was the treacherous Nadir Khan who had done the trickery. Pingle and 82 other revolutionaries were tried for overthrowing the government. This trial is known as the Lahore Conspiracy Trial. The trial lasted from April to September 1915 in the Lahore Central Jail. Pingle and 6 other revolutionaries were sentenced to death. On 16th November 1915, Pingle was hanged in the Lahore Central Jail. Before he ascended the gallows, he said a last prayer to God. O Almighty, it is now up to you to complete the pious mission for which we are laying down our lives. This is my last prayer to you.